They say that at the end of the world, among icy mountains and absolute silence, there is a city where time stopped. Its name is Terskova, a forgotten Soviet village that not even old maps dare to show. It was founded in the 1970s as a shelter for scientists working on secret government experiments. The city disappeared suddenly. No evacuation. No survivors. Just silence and a strict order: no one enters Terskova. For decades, the village remained isolated, surrounded by barbed wire and silent guards. But with the fall of the Soviet Union, surveillance vanished. And so, a group of documentarians decided to break the taboo. For people, experts in abandoned places, ready to reveal to the world what had been hidden. As soon as they crossed the city limits, something strange happened. Phones shut down. Digital watches froze. The GPS went into a loop, showing only a spinning line. They thought it was interference, but the discomfort was real. The air was thick, smelling of rust and something wetter, like ancient humidity trapped for years. The streets were frozen in time, vehicles stopped with doors open, plates on tables, rotten food. Toys scattered on the ground, as if the children had vanished in the middle of play. The school still had drawings on the wall, but none showed landscapes, only human figures being pulled into mirrors or clocks melting under skeletal hands. That night, the group camped inside the city's old hospital, a dark place with rooms full of papers and open cabinets. Upstairs, they found an improvised laboratory. In the center, a metal chair with straps and an old recorder. When they played the tape, they heard only a trembling female voice. "He moves when time sleeps. Please don't let time sleep." At 2:46 a.m., the phenomenon began. First, sound died. Nothing. Not even the sound of their own footsteps. Then, time stopped, literally. The flames of their flashlights froze in the air. One of them was frozen with his arm raised and only returned to normal 6 seconds later, but he said he spent hours in complete darkness, hearing a whisper saying, "Your time is up." In panic, they tried to leave the city, but the car wouldn't start. The road seemed to go in circles, and no matter how far they walked, they always returned to the same house, number 46. It was as if Terskova was holding them, trapping them in an endless loop. Then they saw him. Tall, with metallic gray skin. Faceless. Moving as if underwater. He floated through the streets, passed through walls, and wherever he went, time stopped again. One of them, Diego, tried to fight him with a knife, but disappeared before their eyes. One moment he was there, the next he turned to dust. They returned to the hospital for shelter, but now the clocks were spinning backward. Voices began to emerge from the turned-off loudspeakers, laughter, whispers of names. One of the documentarians, Larissa, started screaming, saying she saw her dead grandmother calling to her from the second-floor window. When they looked, there was no one, only a mirror now showing a living city, with people walking around, trapped in an eternal illusion. On the final night, everything collapsed. Time would stop for entire minutes. They lost the sense of dream or wakefulness. One of them tried to kill himself to wake up, but simply vanished. Only Larissa remained. She ran through the forest until collapsing in the snow. She was found 3 days later, covered in cuts and symbols, muttering, "It's not time that stops, it's time that watches." Since then, no one has returned to Terskova. But there are reports that on very silent nights, some people see clocks stop for no reason, and for a second, they see the name Terskova flashing in the back of their eyes. Like an invitation. Or a warning.